Hey everyone, it's Libby. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a photo shoot that I'm going to post on Instagram. So we're just going to get started with the video. The other day I made a list of possible ideas for an upcoming photo shoot, and there's quite a few of them. And this is just me deciding which idea to go with, and I ended up choosing diner. This part actually took a long time because I had a ton of ideas to go through, and diner just felt like the one that was most doable for today without any preparation. So then you can see I'm marking next to it and then circling it. So yeah, I guess that's it for that part. So now you see me writing out my plan. I know I'm not very good at drawing, but I was just making sure to get all the little tiny details in, such as what the layout would be, where the dolls would be, and which dolls to use. And then once I was done writing that part down, I just wrote down the things that I would have to make by hand and what would be featured on those, such as the chalkboard, which was going to have the menu. And here we have all the dolls that I'm going to be using. I just wanted to get them ready. After that, I decided I had to choose their outfits, so I was looking through the whole setup and trying to find ones that would fit the scene. The next step was for me to get all the dolls dressed and ready. I put their outfits on and their shoes, and then I did their hair, except the hair part I sort of did after everything else because I didn't want it to get messed up. That's me doing Tyler. I just did Spencer, Gracie right here, and I'm sort of trying to stick to a color scheme. It's not going to be perfect because there are little details in the diner that won't match, but I'm still trying to stick with it. Right here is around when I realized that my original plan wasn't going to work. I was working on the doll's hair and just thinking about the whole setup, and I realized that Tyler might be adding a little bit too much to the scene because there would be too many dolls blocking off Spencer, who is going to be the star. However, at this point, I wasn't 100% sure I didn't want to use him. This next part took longer than I had anticipated. When I was thinking about the diner, I thought I would just write on the chalkboard, but I quickly realized that would be really hard to write a full menu, from that angle, so I just decided I'd cut one out of paper and write in it with Sharpie, and this was a good idea, but it still took a very, very long time. The next part was also a very long process. It was the setup. Here you can see me just putting the walls up, putting the dolls in, the menu, and stuff like that. This is when I immediately decided that Tyler wouldn't be able to fit. I'm putting the food in the display case, and you can see the sort of background setup. The next part was something I hadn't planned for, but there was a window in the diner, and it just looked out into white, so I wanted to add a green screen, but I didn't feel like cutting any of my poster boards, so I just made one myself. So the next thing I did was get my ring light, and I detached it from the tripod so I could hold it at the right angle, and I took the pictures. So the last step I had was to edit all the photos. You can see me adding green screen into this one to make it look like they're actually at a diner. I took a screenshot of it instead of hitting the save button just because it was a shorter process. Anyways, this just shows me trying out different filters and stuff to see how it would look, different lightings, and I ended up deciding on certain ones. Pretty much that's it. I had to get rid of the crack because it was just kind of drawing the attention away. Here's me editing a different picture. Pretty much the last step of editing for me was to add all of the spilling coffee into the pictures. Normally it would be one of the first steps, but it takes internet to be able to access the pictures of the spilling coffee, and I was doing this while I was in the car, so I wasn't able to do that. Anyway, after editing all of those in, I tried to use different ones for most of them just so they would look a bit unique and everything. So that's pretty much the editing process. Editing was the last step, and now I'm going to be posting the photos on Instagram, but for the people that don't have Instagram and still want to see the photos, there will be a video going up within the next few days with the photos in it. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and don't forget to comment, and subscribe. Bye!